Hey, welcome back. Within this lesson, I'm going to be explaining how to create e-commerce websites, and mainly I'm going to be talking about creating PLR stores, you could say. Okay, so I'm not going to be going into the specs and how to do it because that's another whole story altogether, and it can be very daunting, and even if you never done it before. But I can show you and tell you some best ways how to get this done by hiring and outsourcing other people to do this for you on a budget and get it done quite quick and easy. Okay, so I'm at a site called Ecommerce. Okay, so this is one of the best sites to start from. Okay, and I'm wanting to talk a little bit about WooCommerce. WooCommerce is basically a plugin and a theme for WordPress.org. And if you watched my previous tutorial on creating membership sites, I spoke a little bit about WordPress.org. So what you're needing is to have your own server and your own domain. Okay, so if you don't know how to set them up, you can easily hire somebody to do that, and it's very cost effective. And they'll do it professionally without you trying to spend months in learning how to do it and then probably not set it up correctly. Okay, so what you do, you download, you get them to download WordPress.org, install it on your host using your domain, and once you do that, you can then come to here and download WooCommerce and install it on your WordPress site. And once you do that, you can go to Theme Store and you can buy themes. They have got free ones. Some of them like this, but they're pretty straightforward and a lot of people do use them. So if you want to stand out, you can get somebody to tweak things and make it unique to stand out to your logo on that. But I wouldn't worry about that for now. I'll just worry about setting it all up and then worrying about logos and that later on. Okay, so once you do that and installed WooCommerce and any of the so what you can have extensions as well. So what they give you is like payment buttons and so forth, so you can integrate these within your WooCommerce to make payments and etc. And they've got so much. There's like heaps to choose from, 313 to be exact. Okay, so PayPal's probably the most popular, which if you're selling digital products, of course you're going to have PayPal, and I would recommend Stripe also. Okay, so next thing you're wanting to do is to pick a theme. What you do is go to WordPress.org. Don't worry about all these because I'll leave the links within the description below this video, so you'll be able to find where these are. Okay, so as you can see, these are some stunning themes and they're 100% free. So you can either download them, but the best thing about WordPress is once you have it installed, you can go into the back end of the website and search for these. You just type in that within your theme itself, and then there won't be a download, it will be install, and that's all you do, and that will change your complete website within seconds. Okay, so within minutes, it takes about 5 minutes or less to install WordPress, the content management system. Then from there it takes about another minute to install a theme. So under 10 minutes you've got yourself your website and your theme set up and ready to go. Okay, so only thing what takes time is for you to decide which theme you're wanting. Okay, so just say you've set up everything you're wanting, like a store. So just say you will click on that one. Actually, I'll click on this one. This one looks a little bit better for like a ebook store. Okay, so just imagine that these were ebooks and digital products that you were going to sell. Okay, so it's basically done, and it's integrated with WooCommerce, and you add the free extensions so you can start making payments, and it's basically done for you, and that's your e-commerce site all completed. Okay, so like I've said in many other tutorials, anything you don't know how to do, it's always best to hire somebody to do this. And don't get afraid and think, oh, it's going to cost a lot of money, and that when you know the right places to go to online, you can get things done really, really cheap. Okay, so what the place where I'd be going to get this done is either Fiverr.com, and look for a gig that installs WordPress themes and can install WooCommerce and get an e-commerce store up and running. Okay, I wouldn't pay any more than $50 to $100 because they're not customizing anything. They're only installing a WordPress theme, a content management system, and WooCommerce, which is all straightforward. It can be done in less than 20 minutes. But what you're wanting to do also, which might cost a little bit more, is get a domain name, get them to point that domain to a server. Okay, so that will cost, I wouldn't pay any more than $100 for that full package. So under $100, you've got yourself a full website with your very own domain name. And how do I know this? Because I've done this many, many times, and I've done it for many. My previous history is web development, and I used to run a business, and I used to do this for a living. Okay, until I started internet marketing and branched off from that and used my talents and know how to build my online businesses. But that's another whole story altogether. Okay, so I mentioned Fiverr.com. Okay, Fiverr is where you find gigs and you find people. But there's other sites what are really good. There's one I use regularly. It's named freelancer.com. And the best thing about this site is that you post up a job, and then you get hundreds of people, usually within minutes and hours, posting, requesting for them to do that job for you. And you can set a budget. So if your budget was $50, well, you put $50, and then you can negotiate with the developers and so forth, and you can bargain with them. And one of the best things about that, they've got a full rating system, so you can see everything about them, where they come from, how many jobs, happy customers, mad customers, etc. But one of the best things about freelancer.com is there's like a milestone payment. So what happens is that you add milestones, like for example, if you both of you agreed on $100, well, you put that $100 in your account, but they can't touch it. Okay, until they show some work they've done. Well, then you can give them a milestone. You can pay them $25. Okay, to keep them happy, and they'll keep working. And when they're 50% done, they'll show you, and then you can release a little bit more, so another $25. So you've released 50% of the project already. Okay, so when they've completed the project 100% and you're 100% happy with it, well, you release the rest of the milestone then, and they get their payment, and then you give them a review, etc. And a lot of these guys on these websites, through my experience, are really professional, and a lot of countries make a living from freelancing. Okay, so to get repeat customers, because that's what they really want, they'll give you reviews within 3 months, like revisions, I should say. So if you see something that you missed before you made the payment, most of the times they will come back and fix it up for you. So it's really the best way to go. I've done it, and even though I can do this a lot myself, to save time and hassles, I hire other people to do a lot of the work for me now, and these are the sites that I do find these workers. And another one I want to mention is Upwork.com, but I won't go too much into that because it's pretty much the same as Freelancer.com. Okay, so that's basically it on creating a e-commerce store using WordPress, using WooCommerce, using their extensions, and setting it up and having everything ready to sell your digital products. So once you've done that, all you need to do then is list the products. And listing products can be very daunting as well, especially if you go to PLR database.net, there's only over 20,000 products, and you can add them to your membership site or your e-commerce site, but I'll tell you that can take a very long time. So another thing you can do is outsource workers to do this for you. Okay, so you go back to the freelancer site and post a job for people to submit products on a WordPress site, and there are literally millions of people who know how to do this, and they'll do it really, really cheap. I've paid one time people from India because it's basically easy work, and this particular person, he was really, really good, really professional, and he was willing to submit 250 products for $50, and I was happy with that. And so you should take an avenue like that. Once you find these good freelancers, try to keep them, and you build a relationship up, like solely on business, and they will really help you out, and you really help them out. And I've found some really good friends in that process. So I recommend you to do that.